Hi Taurus, welcome to your monthly reading. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences at this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. For the month of March, as usual, I have a special sales offer available, and for this month it's called Lifting Up the Veil. It's a reading that focuses on the theme of spirituality, your spiritual journey, what kind of subconscious messages you are receiving, what kind of interpretations they're trying to lead you on, realizations into your awakened life and reality. So if you would like to know more information and details about it or any other of my tarot services, again, just email me. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do that by following the PayPal link, which is also down below. So, Taurus, it feels like for some of you there's something about an energy in March that feels to be so confusing and fragile. Emotionally speaking, there could be a lot of complications, ramifications, tying you and your emotions to situations, circumstances, people, and it's creating a lot of a mess. It's creating a lot of this energy that feels like a snowball of emotion. So for some Taurus, this represents that you have been piling up problems, piling up situations, and you're reaching your emotional limits, your emotional and mental actual limits. It's like a need to for some of you Taurus, there needs to be a cutting off with behaviors that put this snowball rolling into your life constantly. It's like a feeling of there's a reason why you keep being emotionally feeling like in an emotional wreck, or like there's this big wreck that keeps coming into your life and emotionally destroying you or emotionally pulling you down. There's a reason why, and some of you need to get clear about what it is in you, your actions, your choices that feed this problematic situation. Some of you have lost track of the source, have lost track of the initial actual situation that then created all others. There's something about the experiences some of you Taurus are in that have this component of it started with something and then it became this huge web tying all these situations together. Some of you in March, it's about figuring how you can be free from your own tendencies of creating problems. For some of you, it's about sabotaging your progress, sabotaging your happiness, sabotaging your relationships. Some of you have a clear understanding that something is not right, as you do have the Ten of Swords in your soul position, so you're not feeling good. For the majority of the month, there's this feeling of depression, betrayal, endings, pessimistic kind of views that take you into this space within where you feel shot down. It could be you feel shot down by disappointments, by facing realities that are not as pleasant as you hoped they would be. For some of you Taurus, you have been in a journey where your hopes have been constantly shattered. There's a lot of shakeups that have been made to your ideals, to your dreams, but it feels like even though there has been a lot of disappointments, some of you continue to use this formula, this emotional formula that does not create happiness or transparency, particularly in your relationships. So for those that this is dealing with your love life, something you might need to get this last disappointment of sorts to actually in the spring forward put you in a new, vivified, enthusiastic, passionate path where you actually find the passion you want and the commitment you want, the love you want and the security you want. For some of you, it's almost like a feeling like March can be a month of contrast. Like either initially you can get disappointed, you could find that something you thought was real is not, and get depressed by it, get sad about it, but then suddenly something changes, something turns around, something, you see the bright side of a situation, that it's about granting you access to real soul satisfying happiness, being in a relationship, being it in your life, your family life, being it in a job, being it in something where you feel like you conquer again, you are in domain, you are in possession of the situation, you are in possession, of your power within the situation. It's like almost like from a sense of being powerless to being extremely powerful. And March has this type of dual energy that you might be dancing with all through the month, between again optimism and pessimism, depression and happiness, hopes and hopelessness. For some of you, something is just different than what you thought it was, and there's an adaptation to this new reality, the new facts coming in. You're adapting to it and trying to not give up, right, on something just because it changes. It's almost like for some of you, Taurus, this Piscean energy is shape-shifting circumstances and relationships. So for some it's shape-shifting, for some is undressing, and you're actually seeing, like by this costume and the mask being dropped, you actually seeing who the person is or how a situation is. And for some, it will be about facing disappointment, but for others it will be about just facing something unexpected, something you were not seeing in the facet of a situation or a person, and needing to adapt to this new light, to this new aspect, to this new component, making adaptations. And it feels like for some of you that will be like this, adapting to a new reality. You will successfully be able to do it, and actually whatever this change is, again, it opens up here this new cycle with the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands, this new cycle where you're able to conquer something you feel you have not been conquering in the last months. So it could be success in love, it could be satisfaction with your home life, it could be satisfaction with your work situation, with money, or within your own self. There's something where you have felt like you had no drive. For some of you, it could even be like this, your sexual drive might have been down. Your drive to do things necessary to your happiness, to your comforts, have been down. So you could be feeling like you didn't have the energy to take care of your home, to take care of your business, to take care of your loved ones, to take care of yourself physically. There's something here about picking up the pieces of a phase where you have been down, depressive, and careless about many important things, again neglecting your needs and your happiness, to a period now where you care, you come back to life, you open the doors, you let the air in, right? You let it circulate, you clean your environment, You beautify yourself. You put into situations the same energy you want to receive. So there's that feeling of the energy you want to receive from life, you need to be giving it to life. So there's this mutual reception that is being manifested in your experiences. And I'm feeling actually April is going to be very, very, very positive. It's just like there needs to be an adaptation. There needs to be an understanding of what it is that is causing you harm, of what it is that you have been it's almost like self-deceiving, right? You have been deceiving yourself with something that fundamentally is wrong, fundamentally is unhealthy, fundamentally will not promote the changes that your life needs, but you're feeding that for some reason. And that is the thing that you need to come to terms with, is why do you feed? Why do you indulge in things that you know will end up creating the Ten of Swords constantly in your life? Because Taurus energy can have a lot of that resistance to change, even the positive changes, and keep yourself in this repetitive cycle and energy for too long, for too long. And also, whatever previous losses you faced, they don't define your options in the future. Repeat that. They don't define your options in the future. So some of you is almost like this feeling of being conformed with a life with a lack of options, because you feel like when you thought you had them, you end up realizing you didn't. So that's how you see life right now. It's like you don't have options. You don't have much elsewhere to go or to hope for. And there's something about the springtime, there's something about March and April that is going to ignite fire, spice, flavor in your life. This an energy that turns you on, this lust for life, this lust for experiences that you have not been a part of. For some of you, it's like you have not been a part of something. Like, it could be that you have been away from your family, away from friends, away from, it's like this automatic routine where you would just do your job and leave, go back home, or you would not emotionally engage with people. You would not mentally connect with others. It's almost like a feeling of being there soulless, not there, like an empty vessel of sorts. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.